Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 24th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. We're going to start today with some basketball. We're going to just talk about basketball mostly today because um, there were only a couple games that happened yesterday. Giants, we will get to that, but I do want to start out just talking about basketball because we don't talk about it too much here on the show, and it is a day where not a lot of stuff happened yesterday. So let's just talk ball. So there were three games yesterday. We're going to talk about one in particular. The first game, the Rockets beat the Jazz 125 to 105. The next game, the Kings snapped their long losing streak and won. I can't remember how many games in a row. It's a lot though. They've lost a lot of games in a row. Haven't won for this game. Hadn't won since January 18th, but they snapped their losing streak. 123, 114 over the Memphis Grizzlies. And then the big game from yesterday. This is a potential finals preview. The Spurs and the Detroit Pistons. This one went to San Antonio, 114 to 103. Wembanyama, 21 points, 17 boards. Vassell had 28, Castle 16 and 11, Champagny had 17, De'Aaron Fox 10, 7 and 7. For Detroit, Jalen Duren 25 and 14, Cade Cunningham 16, 6 and 10. Holland, he had 15 and 11. And the Spurs, you know, the Spurs played a great game in this one, and the Spurs have been playing great basketball since before and now after the All Star break, and they've been playing great basketball the whole year. But they have won 9 games in a row. Um, Looks like 10 of the last 11. I'm maybe even more than that. It's just how much they show. Yeah, they're 9-1 the last 10 games. They've won 9 in a row, 21-6 record at home, even though this game was on the road. That's just an impressive stat to me. Wembanyama is playing great. He's averaging 24 points and 11 rebounds. He's also averaging 2.8 blocks per game, which is first in the league by zero point 0.8, so almost a full block higher than Sar. De'Aaron Fox averaging 19, Castle 16 points. Um, the Spurs are playing good basketball, and it's pretty scary because Wembanyama, he's a guy, he's a very likable guy, but when he came into the league, and I like him very much. I think he's a great player. But I just knew that when he came to the league, everyone's going to like him for a while. The example I always use for guys like this are Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, he came into the league. 2018 was his first year, and he played such great football. He won the MVP. He was such an exciting player. And then, especially for me as a Niner fan, because he beat us in the Super Bowl, but once the 2020s started, then everyone started to realize, wait a minute, this guy's not such a, underdog, likable guy anymore. He is a dominant force and needs to be stopped. And that's when people stopped liking him as much because he was so good. And I just knew that was going to happen with Victor Wembanyama. Now, we aren't at a point where he is not likable. He's still very likable. And this is the 2018 Mahomes version of Wembanyama, where he's playing great basketball and he's pretty much liked by everyone around the league. But there will be a point at some point in time where people will stop liking Victor Wembanyama because he is going to be so good at basketball. And I hope that day does not come for a long time. But, as a basketball fan in general, I do hope that day comes. I don't want his career to be a what if. And right now, the way he's playing, it looks like we will get an answer to how good can Victor Wembanyama be, and that's exciting for basketball. That's the truth. It's exciting for worldwide basketball and basketball in general. So, the Spurs are catching the Thunder. Believe it or not, the Thunder, who started out, I think at some point in time, like on Christmas, they had like 2 losses, like 20 something and 2, 24 and 2, something like that. They have lost to the Spurs 3 times. They have 14 losses due to the Thunder. Thunder are playing pretty well. They are 6-4 in their last 10 games. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's averaging 31 points. He is out. He will be reevaluated 2 weeks from now. Um, and Chet Holmgren, he's questionable for today's game. So Shea being out is definitely tough for this OKC squad, but they are very deep. They're a deep team in the West. And they are 44-14. But like I mentioned, the San Antonio Spurs are on the come up, 41-16, 2.5 games back of the Thunder. The Spurs and Wembanyama seem to be the Thunder Achilles heel. They are a very good team, the Thunder, but whenever San Antonio comes along, they just seem to have a ton of trouble with them and have a very tough time beating them. And those are the two teams at the top. After that, it's the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Timberwolves. 3 through 6, all separated by 1 game. Um, Three of those teams, the Rockets, Lakers, and Timberwolves, are 6-4 in the last 10. The Nuggets are 4-6. They just lost to us. Um, but yeah, out of those, let's go on a little you know question. Let's pose a question, and I'll answer that question. So out of these four teams, the Rockets, Nuggets, Lakers, and Timberwolves, which team do I think is going to go on the deepest run in this postseason? And I think it'll be the Denver Nuggets. And even though they, out of these four teams, have been playing the worst in this recent sample size, I still think Jokic is such a good player, and Jamal Murray making his first All Star team as well, which is long overdue. Out of those four teams, I think the Nuggets are probably the best team. I mean, the Rockets the Rockets are probably the best team out of those four, but I don't know how far that core can go. I mean, they did lose to us in the first round when they were the second seed last year. Add Kevin Durant. There are questions about his, playoff legitimacy. When he was with the Warriors, he was fantastic, but when he's not with the Warriors, he does seem to struggle, except for that Thunder title run. But even then, he couldn't close the job, couldn't finish the job. So, pre or post Warriors KD, there has not been a lot of playoff success, if at all. So there is a question of will that spread to the Rockets, who also don't have a lot of success post Warriors KD. It's since Harden left. They just made the one, lost to us in the first. The Lakers, they have plenty of experience with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. I just, I don't know if that team can, you know, I don't, I'm not fully in on the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Luka is playing maybe the best he's ever played, but LeBron is still playing well. Just he's been just not necessarily as good. He's not playing as well. I mean, he's 41 years old and he's still playing at a very high All-Star level. But the truth is, he's not the same LeBron that he once was, which is unfortunate for sure. But it's going to be a question of how far can Luka carry this team. That's what I think it comes down to for the Lakers. And for the Timberwolves, they are a very good team. I think they might go the second farthest. I think having the Timberwolves in the first round, if they continue to stay on the bottom side of the top eight, that's a tough draw in the first round. Whoever goes up against the Timberwolves, I mean, they are a very, very good team. They have Edwards, Julius Randle, Gobert. They're a pretty deep team. They come together pretty well. They scare me, to be honest, but they're a very good offense as well. So all those teams I think are obviously going to make the playoffs. But out of which team do I think is going to make the farthest run? I think it could be the Nuggets because the Nuggets took the Thunder to 7 last year, and I don't. If they were to match up again with Oklahoma City, I wouldn't pick them to win. But they have probably the best chance of beating the Thunder or the Spurs, if we're being honest. So I'd probably take the Thunder out of those four. Bringing up the rear in the Western Conference, though, let's just stay in the West. The Suns, 33-25, are 2.5 games up on us, the Golden State Warriors, who are 30-27. The Warriors are the Warriors are in a tough spot right now because Steph is injured. He's going to be out for the next week still. Jimmy Butler out for the season. Everything was looking great for the Dubs until Jimmy got hurt, and now things have come crashing down. We're just trying to tread water right now and wait till Steph gets back. I don't believe we're going to do anything. but you still want to make the playoffs because you never know. But I don't think we're going to do anything. Just trying to stay out of a road, not a road, but a win. And the sun has got really bright. You're trying to stay above 9 and 10. You want to be able to have multiple chances to make the postseason in the play-in. That's basically what it comes down to for the Warriors. 2.5 games back of the Golden State Warriors are the Portland Trailblazers, and then half a game back of the Portland Trailblazers are the Los Angeles Clippers, and then it's a big gap, 5.5 to the Grizzlies. So the top 10 is, barring a crazy run from the Grizzlies or somebody, pretty much it's going to be the top 10 at the end of the year for the West are going to be the top 10 as it is right now. But the order can change drastically because the teams aside from 1 and 2, which 1 and 2 is very close, and then 3 basically through 7 are pretty close as well, and then 7 through 10 also close. So if some team gets hot at the right time, they could jump up the standings. We saw that last year, and it's looking like it's going to come down to another very close photo finish in the Western Conference. So that's so we got going on in the West. We'll just leave it there for basketball. The Warriors play tonight against the Pelicans. Chance for a dub on the road. Got to cash in there. You can't let that slide. Can't let it slip, rather. Now we'll go over to baseball, where the Giants won yesterday, 6-2 over the not the Oakland Athletics, just the Athletics. I mean, they don't have a. They're not in Oakland anymore. That's really too bad. Um, the Giants let up 2 runs in the first inning, but nothing after that. Some notable pitching performances. Brubaker gave the 2 earned runs, and then Farone got the win. Who else pitched in this game? We got Trevor McDonald. He pitched an inning and struck out 2. Um, that's pretty much the notable guy. Gregory Santos pitched 2 hits, 2 walks, but didn't give up a run. I'm not sure how, but we're not complaining about that. He went 1 inning pitched. I have high hopes for him. I would like for him to make the squad. But the big story was really Luis Arias, who went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a double. Nice performance from Arias, the contact machine. Jung Hoo Lee also went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Matos 1 for 1 with an RBI. Will Brennan 1 for 1 with an RBI. He also had a walk. And then Harrison Bader 1 for 1 with a run and a walk. So nice. I mean, it is spring training, but the Giants have won all 3 of their games so far. Looking to play the Halos today. It's going to be Logan Webb on the bump. Hopefully, he can start out his spring training on the right note before departing for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, which is very close. It's is there a February 28th this year or 29th? I don't think there is. So there's not. So that would be 8 days away. Is the World Baseball Classic 8 days away? Really? Let's. I think it is. How great is that? Oh yeah, it's very exciting. Um, wow, 8 days. That's really close. Almost a week away from the WBC. I can't wait for it. So that's basically all that's going on today. I mean, hockey doesn't return today; it returns tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. The Sharks do not play; they play on Thursday. Oh, one more thing. Chris Sale signed an extension, just a 1 year extension to his contract with the Atlanta Braves for 27 million. Chris Sale, 2024, so good. He was so unbelievably good. And then, excuse me, this past year, he did get hurt, but he looked great until then. Um, Maybe he can find his dominant form again. I do expect the Braves to bounce back from their bad year last year because they had a ton of injuries last year. And the injuries are really the only things standing in their way because on paper they have a very, very good team. Acuna, Michael Harris, Jerks and Profar in the outfield, and then Riley, uh, Ozzy Albies, Matt Olson, Drake Baldwin, Rookie of the Year. Then the starting pitching, they got Chris Sale. Schwellenbach got hurt. I think he's going to miss, he might miss the whole season, which is very unfortunate. But Um, yeah, it looks like um, the starting rotation isn't necessarily as deep as their crazy run in 2023 and even 2024, because Max Fried is gone. But 2023, if they can regain that form, they just ran into the Phillies, which is a tough, tough matchup. But I expect Acuna to play a lot better. I expect everyone on that team to play better, especially Acuna, Michael Harris, and Matt Olson. And if they extend, I mean, they extended Chris Sale because they obviously believe in him. And when he's at his best, he's so good. That slider is so, so good. And he's regarded as one of the toughest pitchers to face in the league by the players. They pretty much say that Chris Sale is the toughest pitcher to face because man, his stuff is great. So nice extension for Sale. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. A little bit more niche stuff, and I kind of like when we get to do that. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.